Well, hello, everybody. It's Thursday, isn't
Hello.
it?
It is
It's 1
Thursday,
o'clock,
1 o'clock.
and that means it's time for opposite Saxes.
Yeah.
How are y'all? Glad to have you with us. Whether you're watching us at 1 o'clock on Thursday, or whether you're just at your convenience finding us on one of your various streaming platforms, we thank you very much for being here, don't we?
Can you name the streaming platforms?
Yes, we are on Anchor. We are on Spotify, YouTube. We are on Anchor. We are on a half a dozen others, and of course Facebook. And if none of those work for you, just go to stuartsax.com. In the upper right-hand corner, there's a little button. You just click on that button, and you'll get to see all of these shows as well as all the other shows that we do.
We're everywhere.
We're
Or you are everywhere.
Well, we are everywhere.
But you are
I'm
too.
just everywhere more often.
Yes, that's for sure. That's for darn sure.
But well, our subject today is one that's very dear to our hearts, and that is going back decades and decades and decades. Breast cancer was something that was brought to the attention of the world. And somewhere along the line, I don't know who it was, but they decided that to wear a pink ribbon every October for as breast cancer awareness month. Well, over the years when we were in business, we took it a step further because we felt like as there were more and more cancers that were being identified and research being done to find cures, that this shouldn't be just breast cancer awareness month. It should be cancer awareness month. And it is amazing how awareness has grown. Thankfully, unfortunately, we haven't found a cure for too many cancers yet to eliminate that need for the additional funds and
A
research.
cure, no, but we have found lots of, through research and grants, we have found,
Headway. Yeah.
yeah, we've made a lot of headway. And all down anything down to the foods that you eat that maybe contribute to it, your lifestyle.
Yep.
Yeah, it all goes along with it. And what they've really done a lot of research on, and it's true, is the genetics. Genetics is
And
huge.
that's where,
Huge.
the word awareness, I think, has become so important because there are so many agencies and all that are raising funds for research and all, but they are trying to bring awareness and pre-screening and to the forefront because the statistics show that if someone who has cancer, if it's caught in the early stages, it can be treatable and it can be curable. But that if it is left to go into the a stage three, four, five
Four.
situation, then it can almost be a death
I don't think
sentence.
there's a five.
I thought there
I
was.
think it goes to four.
Oh, okay. I
Uh,
stand I
but
stand corrected.
but I have found that in the past, maybe not within the last year or two, but in the past, doctors haven't been so quick to tell their patients about genetic testing, which I could never understand.
And for those of you who
Um,
may not know what we're talking about, everybody has genes, and those genes all have reasons for being different. And it is usually the genes that you have, of course, are based on what your parents had. And when they find that there is a cancer, they can go back into the genes to find out what the genetic markers were that led to that cancer. And
if
and
if if that relative is still alive,
uh,
yes.
yeah, well,
If
yeah,
that
yeah,
relative is
basically.
still alive, they can check.
Um,
Otherwise, they can't if they're deceased.
and what those tests will prove. And by the way, those tests used to be almost prohibitive cost-wise. For years and years and years ago, for you to be genetically tested, it was a small fortune. And now it is becoming a much more affordable. It is becoming a part of more people's medical care.
Yeah, I don't think it's
And
covered yet.
yeah,
I,
but
I
it's
have your
become more
insurance, but
more
it's more
affordable, and there
affordable.
are also a lot of agencies, depending on the type of cancer, that will also underwrite and take care of some of those costs. Uh, that's again where this awareness comes in, and that's why so many different cancer organizations have fundraising, is because some of that money is used for people to be genetically tested to find out if they have the cancer and if they have the gene for it. But what is interesting that caught my attention was, again, pink for breast cancer. And I kept thinking, well, there are so many kinds of cancer. There are colored ribbons for more than 30 different kinds of
Yeah, I never
cancer.
realized that.
Yeah, almost any color and even some color combinations uh, are out there. And uh,
But we knew the pink and we knew the teal
yes, well,
for
because
ovarian.
because ovarian cancer, which is
Yeah,
very much a part of our family history, uh, but prostate cancer, cervical cancer has a color, esophageal, kidney cancer,
brain
leukemia. Uh,
brain cancer,
yeah, brain cancer. Brain cancer is gray. You know,
endometrial cancer.
yeah. Prostate cancer is light blue, while ovarian cancer is teal.
Hmm.
But there, and then like thyroid cancer is a combination of teal, pink, and blue.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
there are, but the ribbon thing, I don't know who thought of it, but what a tremendous uh, program to
It
say that
is.
when somebody put a pink ribbon on their lapel, that had something to do with breast cancer.
It, yeah, I wish they would get this out more and get it communicated because I didn't realize I've never seen any other colors.
Yeah, Liz, Hodgkin's lymphoma is a
Yeah,
lime green, gallbladder cancer is Kelly green,
liver.
and liver cancer is emerald green.
Yeah,
You see, there's a
colon
thyroid,
is
which
a
is,
dark, yeah,
yeah.
dark blue.
Now,
It's amazing.
unless you have somebody, you are affected with any of these cancers, or a family member is affected, you probably wouldn't know about these colors. But I just think it's comforting to know that because there is an awareness, and it's a visual awareness that you can put on your lapel to identify a cancer, that also helps to raise awareness. But in the case of ovarian cancer.
Hmm.
Some of the money that we work with an organization here in North Texas called Be the Difference Foundation, that raises awareness and research funds for ovarian cancer. But very often, if there is a woman who is not sure and needs to be tested, this is where the isn't it from Crowley, the
Mary Crowley.
Mary Crowley, that says, don't worry about the cost of the testing. We will take care of it, because that's what these funds that are raised goes for. And it's so important because, going back to breast cancer, the one thing that they tried to teach every woman was self-examination.
Mhm.
And today, that self-examination is goes beyond women checking their breasts, because it goes for all women, all men, in many cases, to check for a lump here or there, or something that's not right, that would indicate that there is something that needs to be tested.
Yeah, there's even little pads that you can get to put on your breast. Um, It goes over the breast, and it gives you a better feeling of the lumps if you have any on your breast. There are pads, there are certain ways that you can also do it with just your fingertips. The doctor showed me many times different ways that I could feel the lumps better. Um, it kind of is a science, and it takes a while to get used to. Um, and for
But
somebody that's fibrocystic like me that has many lumps, I mean, every month you could feel it. But inevitably, you realize that this is your roadmap and you realize where they are, and they become every day to you. But it takes a while, and you have to do it. And I think you have to do it no matter what age you are.
ongoing, yes.
Yeah, no matter if you are in your 20s or if in your 80s,
And
you
being,
need to
you know,
do
we
it.
have said this very often, being proactive is much better than being reactive. Because if you take it upon yourself to check something ain't right, something doesn't feel right in your head, in your arm, in your leg, in your armpit, something doesn't feel right, talk to your doctor, get a test for it. Men with prostate, a simple blood test can tell you what your PSA is. And the PSA numbers is what indicates whether you are prone to prostate cancer. And I speak from personal experience because I watched my numbers go up and up and up until I was diagnosed with prostate cancer. And today I go once a year and I take my blood test, and I am absolutely head over heels when my numbers come back. And this last time the numbers even dropped instead of,
Further,
you know,
which
some,
we didn't think you could
no,
do.
because it usually will creep up just a point here, a point there, and that's not to be worried. But mine dropped 4 points.
But in the
It,
beginning, yeah, it was amazing, and we're very thankful, very, very
yeah,
thankful. But in the beginning, the doctor that you went to was, I mean, you couldn't get the referral to get the biopsy. And it was taking so long, and it was taking forever, and we just didn't know what was going on.
yeah,
We ultimately said, we have to leave this doctor, and we have to get somebody that's more proactive, because we knew something was wrong. And
yeah.
sure enough, we did. We left and we went to another doctor, another specialist, who said, yeah, we got to do something.
It's there, and we need to do something
Yeah.
now.
So if you're hesitant, if you're questioning, if you're concerned, do it. Go,
Call,
call,
call the
do
doctor.
whatever. If you have to walk in to the doctor to make an appointment, do it.
And you know, whatever insurance you have, if you have a primary doctor, go to the primary doctor and as your first step and say, I don't feel good about this, or I have this lump or something that's
Mhm.
bothering me. And let that doctor say, this is what you have and this is how to treat it, or I want to send you to a specialist. And here's the name of the doctor that I would recommend. And follow that course. Because again, we're talking degrees. And if you catch it in its infancy, it's treatable. Many, leukemia. I remember when I was a kid, I had a good friend in my neighborhood, a youngster that I grew up with and played in the playgrounds with and all. He was diagnosed with leukemia, but they didn't know that much about it and how to treat it and all. And he was gone within 6 months. Today, leukemia is almost a curable disease because they've been able to find treatments for blood therapy. So, the research is out there and it's ongoing. And yeah, we would all like it to be accelerated faster than it is. But, even baby steps are better than moving backwards.
You were talking, I just want to bring it up. You were talking about where these ribbons came from. Well, actually, they're saying the first documentation of ribbons being used were from the knights in the medieval times, that
Really?
they would get yellow ribbons for winning battles.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, and
yeah,
this helped to form the connection between the yellow and the military uh, to get ribbons and medals today.
yeah.
And Then there was the trend about tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree.
That was during wartime,
Right,
you know,
right,
to bring the troops home.
right, exactly. And it just mushroomed from there.
Well,
And
because a ribbon around a tree or a ribbon on your finger or it's a visually identifiable something. So people would say, what is that ribbon for? And you say, well, because I support this form of cancer or so. Well, okay, then that you've made your point visually.
and a survivor, we term them survivors. It's usually somebody that has, well, they're survivors from the moment they are diagnosed. They are survivors.
Yeah.
But what they're starting to call each other are warriors.
Oh,
For some
okay.
reason, they don't like the term survivors. They feel
Well, a
a
survivor is
survive.
someone who has either had a cancer surgically removed, like for
Mhm.
instance, if you remove a prostate on a man,
Right.
his prostate cancer is gone. And even a kidney cancer, a cancerous kidney, if it's removed, it's gone.
But
But you can also be a survivor if you are in remission.
right.
In other words, the chance is always there that it could resurface, but you are a survivor because you are in remission that cancer is not growing.
Well, again,
But the
they
warrior thing
feel,
is
yeah, they
interesting.
want to go to warrior, showing that they've worked hard, they've gone through all the treatments, and they've made it through. Um, as opposed to the survivor, which I didn't realize they term a survivor from the day you're diagnosed. And
Hmm.
then, yeah, and you're not considered cured up until it's usually 7 years. And if you haven't had
Yep.
cancer in 7 years, then you're considered
Cured.
cured.
But
Um,
but you can be a
but you
survivor
are
or a
a
warrior.
warrior, and now they would like to be known as warriors. And hey,
Good.
I think that's a
I like
very
that.
good title.
I like this. It's a
Yeah,
good title.
yeah. So with that being said,
Yeah,
with the
thanks for listening to us, and thanks for all the support that you give to any of the cancer foundations or cancer causes that you're involved with. We applaud you for that. Continue to do it and continue to bring the awareness of cancer, pre-screening, and proactivity to the forefront,
and
and
now we need
especially
it.
during this month.
We need it even more now that some programs have been cut and funding. Face it, money's tough,
Right.
and the fundings just aren't there anymore, or they're a lot less than they were. So everybody needs to pitch in, and even if it's $5,
Right.
every
You know,
little bit helps.
if you support a cancer foundation and everything, make a donation. Just you'll feel good about it knowing that you're helping somebody else. And I
That's true.
and I always think of what's in Memphis, Tennessee. Uh,
Graceland,
no,
you
the
mean?
the the hospital for the kids.
Oh, the not St. Jude.
Yeah,
You're
St.
talking St.
Jude,
Jude.
St. Jude
Yeah,
Research Hospital. All of the kids that they work with, thousands and thousands every year and all, is absolutely no cost whatsoever to the child or to the parents, and everything. Why? Because people care enough to open up their hearts and their wallets and all to donate.
mhm.
So, whether it's St. Jude or it's any research organization that you support, do so at this time of the year because October is Cancer Awareness Month, and we thank you very much for joining us and listening. Okay,
Thanks, guys.
go on, make it a good one.
Bye.
Bye.